Hi Gemini, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a bonus read for Are They Missing You? And I'm going to pull some cards to get an idea of what went on, where everything is at now, and a final outcome. And at the end we'll pull a yes no card to see if the relationship is salvageable, and we'll also pull some advice from Tarot with the wisdom of the oracle. But first let's get a crowning energy card from the Black Moon Tarot. Okay, let's see what is crowning the relationship. Grand Trine blessings. Okay, so this is a very auspicious energy. It really is. You know, this is when three planets aspect each other at 120 degrees, and it creates this equilateral triangle. So it's about think about like the free-flowing vibe of what a triangle is, right? It just kind of goes round and round. It's this very free-flowing energy that goes on with it. So what this tells me is that both you and your partner are in a space of, if this is resonating with you, you guys are reaching a space of actually recognizing what happened. Really looking at where the fissures and the cracks in the foundation of your relationship are. You might not be totally in touch with it right now, but I feel like you guys are very ready to actually look at that, to do the hard work of looking at that. I'm getting this very, the hardest part being over vibe, this lift, this flow, right? Because this is all about flow. The one caveat here, though, with the Grand Trine blessing is that people born with this in their chart, they have the challenge of this idea of inertia or laziness, where almost like a child who kind of gets everything and they don't want to really have to work towards everything. So with that, how that translates to me regarding this situation would be you're each waiting for the other one to make a move, or one of you might even be making a move, but there are still some games being played. And I feel like there's surface games. I don't feel like this is, first of all, I want to just say right away, Grand Trine blessing, if you're dealing with a narcissist, this is not your reading, because this energy is so positive that it wouldn't come out if you're dealing with somebody who has narcissistic personality disorder or those tendencies where they lack empathy and all they do is gaslight. This doesn't mean that your partner didn't play some normal mind games that are inherent in human nature because of jealousies, because of insecurities. The energies that we've been dealing right now actually have been bringing jealousies to bubble up to the surface, and it needs a release valve sometimes, right? The jealousies, the frustrations in a relationship having to do with, if not jealousies, money, or just general frustration. So that's all part of the human condition, right? It's different than somebody who's narcissistic, but I did want to just say that. But you want to be careful of not, either you or your partner waiting too long before that ship passes. Know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, waiting too long. There's got to be a balance between the relationship that you guys had and the opportunity to mend things if in fact they do miss you and they feel that this relationship can be rectified. You know, it could also be, Gemini, where you're the one who wronged them and you don't want to wait too long to bring this beautiful energy into fruition, because this really does indicate a perfect partnership. And perfect means flawed, right? Because nothing is actually perfect, but perfect in that you guys are going to end up having a very strong foundation, being able to weather the storms that come up as long as you're both equally willing to work. Like this, the Grand Trine blessing does not honor or recognize one-way streets. This, you get the blessings, but you have to put the work in, you know? There are going to be some bumps in the roads for sure. If you guys really want to make this work and you really want to bring things to fruition, I'm feeling, and we're going to say this in the way that you guys are meant to be. I'm definitely getting that for a great number of you. You guys are meant to be with this person. This is definitely a fated relationship, red string relationship, like more than a soulmate kind of thing. This is deep. But I want you to be careful of not Now, I'm saying this to you, Gemini, and this goes for you cross watchers too. You know, you don't want to let too much time go by where it just becomes a thing where it's not worth revisiting, where somebody ends up meeting somebody else, or somebody else gets tired of waiting and there ends up being a change of heart. You know, you don't want that kind of situation. This is a beautiful crowning energy, but it's about the need for recognition and the need for careful movement. Nothing too hasty. Thinking things through, figuring out, and communication where there are still mind games being played is going to be wasted communication, wasted energy, and not work at all. Not work at all. At all. And if your partner misses you, they should just call you and say, I miss you. What can we do to make this work? If you were the one who was wrong, and listen, there are three sides to every story, right? No one's ever totally right. No one's ever totally wrong. But it's about taking ownership, right, of what you did. They need to take ownership of what they did, you know? And if that's not resonating with you guys, I'm really sorry. This isn't your reading. And it's always a tricky bag for a tarot reader to do these kind of readings, because everybody approaches these videos from, understandably, an emotional mindset, right? Because it's relationship. But you don't want to make the messages fit. You know, try to make the messages fit. If they don't, you'll know as the reading progresses if it's speaking to you. Okay, any messages that Gemini needs to know? We want to understand does their partner miss them? Does their partner miss them in this Grand Trine energy? Does their partner miss them? Tell us about the blessings that can unfold. Gemini, tell us about the blessings that can be unfolded. I just did a double shuffle up of an Ace of Swords. I'm not going to take it, but that really wanted to jump out at me, which is beautiful because it's about new approach to things, new approach. Okay, Gemini. All right, death reverse to start. That's no surprise, right? All right, so we're going to pull past, present, challenges. And we're going to do 2 outcomes, and then, of course, I'm going to pull qualifiers as we go along. Okay. All right, so the past, we have the death reverse. So, you know, this indicates, I like that it's the death and it's not the tower, because that just tells me that however your relationship was up until the point where you guys broke up needs to be over. Something was very unhealthy about your connection. Either you guys were not on the same page, you guys did not have the level of communication that you needed to have in order for you guys to have a healthy outcome. Whatever it was, it needs to be done. Now, the fact that it's reversed just tells me that your partner feels either really guilty, really angry, or really bitter. One of those 3. So they might feel guilty if they were the ones to create, I'm not going to say the main issue, but there is always like this, there's a build up. Okay, Gemini, I have to tell you, this was not a big fight and you guys broke up. There was a build up of energies, right? There was a build up of energies here. Released valves happened where jealousies came out, frustrations came out. There ended up being this larger argument, this larger situation, but it was built up over time. Now, where that seed for the building up initially started, I'm feeling was more on one side than the other. So it was either initiated by a situation with you or initiated by a situation by them. And if it was them, they're feeling guilty about it. If it's you, they're feeling very angry and bitter about it. They feel like they were not treated fairly. But what I like about the death card is the fact that we have this religious figure here, right? It's supposed to be the Pope, you know, as little as he is. He's very little under the horse, but he's there. And look where he is. He's right under the sun. So there's this idea of this ability for a rebuilding, an enlightenment, a raising of consciousness, a raising of awareness, and ownership. right? Because we can't fix in a relationship what we're not willing to own and look at. You can't fix something that you can't see, right? So the fact that it's reversed is just telling me there's a lot of emotions here. A lot of emotions happened in this past to create this breakup, whatever this breakup was, you know, and I'm also getting that, this Page of Swords, it's like, I am getting that your partner had ideas about how to move things forward, but too much happened in the relationship for you to even hear their words, Gemini. Too much happened. See, because I'm getting this building up. Okay. I have to tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting that the building up really was more on their end. Really, that the situation was primarily an issue that was going on in their life that was inflecting the relationship. So whether it was their intimacy issue, something to do with their job, something to do with things that they promised you that they ended up not coming to fruition, you know, maybe they acted in a way that was very suspicious and you were not comfortable with it, and when you approached them about it, they started deflecting, and just stuff coming more from their end, and them wanting to approach you with an idea of moving forward, but you were just, I'm done. Like, just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have these arguments. The way this was, see, because you can't get to the Death card without a lot of arguments. It's like a build up, right? Like I said. And you just weren't in a place of hearing them anymore. You know, because this is a general reading, it could be that they weren't into hearing any of your ideas, any of your suggestions for moving forward. They just want to hear it. But I can tell you that they, right now, currently, Ten of Wands energy, rather. 10 of Wands is all about, oh my God, I have so much that I'm carrying right now. And I am getting, because this is a relationship read, that this is internal. This is weighing on them very heavily emotionally. They're not sure what to do. They know they want to put these emotions down. You got this grand trine blessing, this recognition that the way the relationship was needs to be over. I do feel like there was a little bit of, there was some mind games here in the past with this Death reverse and the Page of Swords, where even if they wanted to get back with you, or you wanted to get back with them, there was this toying of, no, I don't even want to be with you anymore. I completely wasted my time with you, whatever. You have to unsay, those things have to be unsaid. And I know that's so hard, right? Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. But sometimes, right, we need to understand the human nature in us. And sometimes when we hit that release valve moment and we just say stuff that we later regret, that we really didn't mean in the moment, it creates this damage, right? And I'm feeling like here, your partner is very much in this space of carrying this heaviness, this load, this wanting to communicate with you, this wanting to put down this burden, this wanting to release any feelings of distrust towards you, or really wanting to take back something that they did. It's weighing very heavily on them. We have the Nine of Pentacles here reversed. And the Nine of Pentacles upright is about abundance, right? And it's about creating abundance for yourself in real time, right? In the tangible. Because Pentacles can be money, but it's resources, and it's connection. It's connection. It's emotional health, mental health, physical health, and how we connect with each other. And the fact that it's reversed is saying that right now they're feeling very weighed down by these emotions, and they're feeling very disconnected from you, and they have no idea how to get back there. And I feel like, no, let me rephrase that. They know how to get back there. There's something that's preventing them from doing that. And I'm sure it's their ego. Right? It's their ego. It's their ego, because when we, in the advice, we have temperance, and temperance is all about the mixing of two different elements to come out on the other side with a healthier solution to something, right? This is the alchemical process. This is about mixing your thoughts and your story, your issues, your insecurities, your whatever, and their insecurities, frustrations, jealousies, issues, human condition, right? Whatever. And it's the mixing of these two together where there's understanding, because the temperance is about understanding, but understanding through your heart. Because look where he's standing. He's 1 foot on the rock, 1 foot on something solid and 1 foot in his emotions, because it's the water. And he's not going in. So he's very in touch with his emotions there. And then you see this path going off into the sun. Not only the sun, the crowning sun. So this is, if we can figure our stuff out, and the only way to do this is through sharing, communicating of our feelings, of what we need. What do you need? What do I need? This happened. This made me feel this way. There has to be empathy here, Gemini. There has to be a listening to each other, not a talking over each other, and not a, what do you mean you feel like that? I never did anything like that. Oh, I don't understand why you feel like that. That's you. That's in your mind. You know, I really think you're a little crazy, or you're a little imbalanced. You know, well, this is an issue that you always had. That's not going to work here. It's not going to work. This is listening with your heart. And understanding that even if every single word coming out of your partner's mouth, and they have to do the same for you, every single word coming out of the mouth is not agreed with, keep your mouth quiet and just listen. Because their understanding and their recognition of the reality of whatever happened with you guys is theirs to own. It's subjective. You don't have the right to go in and tell them how they feel, and they don't have the right to do that to you either. So there has to be this listening and this understanding where even if you completely disagree with what they said, at least try to understand why they feel like that. And then you might come to understand where the misunderstanding is. And then you have the opportunity to clear the air. I'm so sorry you felt like that. I never meant to make you feel like that. This is actually what I was feeling. I'm so sorry that you ended up accepting it like that. And they need to do that too. Because without this, you're not going to be able to feel emotionally vulnerable to be in a healthy space with them. We have to feel emotional vulnerability. And look it, we got the Justice with the Temperance. Really? Yes. You guys have to listen with your hearts. Because this is about righting wrongs. This is about the rectification of negative karma. You know, injustices being righted. And this happens through communication, and only through communication. Yeah. Words and actions are really going to matter here. To you too. I mean, if your partner's just, you know, coming in and giving you a bunch of lip service, that's not going to work out very well, right? So there has to be communication with a follow-up plan. There's got to be a plan here, Gemini. There's got to be a plan. You know, if you don't want this to happen again, what are you going to do to make sure it doesn't happen? You know, how are you going to do that? You're going to come up, I don't know, like, come up with a code word, right? Like elephant, to say like, you're doing it again. You know, you're going down that road of jealousy. You're going down that road of accusations. You're reading too deeply into something, whatever. But rather than going into that space of being accusatory, you say elephant or something like that, where you both stop in your tracks and say, okay, wait a minute, what's really going on here? You know, and really paying attention to what can be. But I feel like it's going to be a process here for you guys. I really, really do. Like, yes, this is going to be a challenge here. This is the challenge in, okay, because you have the Ace of Swords and then you have the Page of Cups. So this is just about, you know, and I saw this right in the pre-shuffle, except they saw it upright and now it's reversed. You have to bring this upright. This is about new ideas and a way of moving forward with an open heart and no manipulative games, right? Because the Page of Cups reverse indicates secrets and games being played. You know, and we have that with the Three of Swords. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, it's keeping it real. The Page of Cups reversed with the Three of Swords. This could be a third-party situation, or one of you still has a third party on your mind, or this could really just be holding on to the conflict. Because the Three of Swords is one is you, one is them, and then one is this external situation to you guys. So this could just be the conflict or the issue or a third party. It's not always a third party, though. So we do have to say that. And again, because this is a general reading, you have to apply it how it seems fit for you, however it would resonate. But yeah, for some of you, it would definitely be a third party, where that third party, but I am getting that your partner misses you and you have these blessings. So I don't know if they're definitely not, if they are with someone, they're not actively with someone in a happy space. That is for sure. But their energy, that third party energy, might still be lingering around, or this could be you, them feeling like you have a third party lingering around. You might not, but this might just be in their mind. They're feeling very jealous and suspicious. Or this could just be, one of you thinking, maybe the grass is greener on the other side and I want to just get out of this. But you don't want to go into that space if you want to try to rectify a relationship. So it's this otherness here that's getting in the way of this Page of Cups being upright, offering a new perspective to love, a fresh and young perspective to love, and a rebuilding of that. And that's right now, I'm getting that you guys are going to be in this space of just kind of like wanting to work it out, wanting the temperance, wanting this justice, but it's going to be really hard for you to get there because of these other situations that are going on. Because the Five of Cups, this indicates disappointment and feeling ready to just move on, right? But the fact that it's reversed tells me that, they really want to work things out. They do, Is this telling me that in their mind, in many ways, they've already left, which makes sense to me, because with the Grand Trine blessing, this tells me that the hardest part of this breakup is over. The hardest part. And they're in this space of sort of acceptance, but yet they're missing you, right? But in their mind, they understand and they have accepted the fact that at this point in time, it's not going to be able to work. It's just not going to work right now. But the fact that there's still 2 cups standing tells me that there's still love there. You're still very much in their energy field. They're missing you. They're struggling over it for sure. They just feel like they can't have that abundance with you. And there's this lack of willingness, this struggle. Because, listen, the fact that the temperance and the justice are here, this just indicates what needs to be done. This is really what Tarot wants you to do. But you guys aren't able to do it right now for some reason. Now, it could be this 3 of Swords energy that's creating the Page of Cups reverse, that's creating this unwillingness to start things anew, Yeah, but, just with the Grand Trine and the fact that the 10 of Wands is there, guys, because, listen, the opposite of love is indifference. So if they weren't, they would not have that 10 of Wands in the present regarding you if they didn't still love you. So I just feel like there's a lot of ego here. A lot of ego here for sure. A lot of ego. I'd like some more information, Spirit, please, on this outcome. Information on this outcome. Okay. Okay. Listen, Gemini, you guys are playing games with each other. Cut it out. Stop. Look, 7 of Pentacles is all about building. The Hierophant is you guys are tapping in. This shows me tapping into the higher consciousness, rising above the bullshit, and being able to really tap into your moral code about what's right, what's not. This tells me that your partner is feeling that something is inherently wrong in your relationship and that you guys need to get in touch with that if you guys are going to work. And for some reason, they're not feeling like they can have that with you right now, but they want it, because then we have the Empress energy, and the Empress is the mother, right? The Empress is about, if you think about the Empress, think about the mother who's pregnant, right? What happens when we become pregnant, right? There's this seed, and it's nurtured and it's cultivated and it's given time to grow. There's this element of patience to the Empress energy, patience and nurturing, and having this as qualifying energies for the outcome tells me that this is what your partner wants, and this is what they know is necessary. They know it's going to be work. They know they need to tap into their higher consciousness. You need to do that also. You need to really tap into reframing your reality as a couple, reframing your reality together with a new moral focus, with a new set of circumstances that are going to feed your higher good. So this can be tapping into God's spirit. What would God want you to do? How would God handle this? What would Jesus do, right? For those of you who are followers of Christ or believe in God. If not, whoever you follow, whoever your higher consciousness is, how would they handle it? What would they do? And it's this understanding that you need to have this patience for the evolution of this to unfold. I mean, this is very, very clear to me. This is very, very clear. I'm not worried about the Three of Swords energy. That's a nothing. That's a nothing because of the... Might be a person, but I really don't feel like it. That could just be ego. Often ego is that third sword in this. You guys just can't get out of your own damn way. Either you, them, or both of you. And Gemini, listen, you guys are very fair, but we're also very human. Okay, cards are popping. I want a yes/no card. I want a yes/no card, Spirit. Gemini's partner is missing them. They have the Grand Trine blessing. Do the energy support a reconciliation at some point? Do the energies recommend reconciliation at some point? Ace of Pentacles, absolutely. I love the Ace of Pentacles because it's about a new way of being supportive of each other. There's a newness here. It's an ace. It's the beginning. This is new. This is fresh. This is the hand of God. This is the hand of God. It's new beginnings. This is new beginnings on a very pragmatic level. Again, because, Pentacle, it means money, but it also means resources, foundation, mental support, emotional support. Okay. Advice from Tarot, please. Wisdom of the Oracle. Advice from Wisdom of the Oracle. Advice from Wisdom of the Oracle, please. Advice from Wisdom of the Oracle. Breathe. Of course. Of course that's your advice. Don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open up. Take a breath. Let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety. There's no need for tension. Your heart knows what your ego is resisting right now. Your partner's heart knows what their ego is resisting. Patience is going to pay off in a deep and meaningful way. But there's got to be this balance here, right? Because the protection message of the Breathe card is you want to be careful to not be too apathetic, not too slow, not too lazy about moving things forward. This is what I was talking about here with there needing to be a balance. So to me, I'm understanding this as really understanding this Empress energy, understanding that you have to make movement, but don't expect to go right back to where you guys were. You don't want that. That wasn't healthy for you anyway. This is about rebuilding a firm foundation and being patient with it. Slow and steady wins the race here. I really love that as advice. Now, again, if this isn't resonating with you, if you got out of a very unhealthy relationship where there was any sort of abuse or anything like that, guys, this is not your reading. I'm really sorry. Maybe I'll catch your energy next time. But for those who are resonating with this, don't be too stuck in your ego. And if you really love your partner, don't be afraid to make the first move. I'm not telling you to. Please don't come after me in the comments. Are you kidding me, woman? But you're going to know if that feels right to you or not. You're going to know, right? But your partner still loves you. They are missing you. They're feeling anxious about you. But the energy supports you guys getting back together. So Gemini, that is what I have for you for this reading. I'll see you guys next week for the September reads. Take care now. Bye-bye.